Wow. First of all, thank you for changing my life. I'm very grateful. It changed dramatically.
We're happy that we've amplified something that you focused on, which you accomplished all of this. It's nice for you to give us credit. And we do acknowledge that we're all in this together, but this is your doing. Good for you.
Now, when I relocated to San Antonio, I became a teacher all of a sudden. I never wanted to be a teacher for insurance product. I learned how to recruit. I learned how to train. But I've noticed that in the past 3 years, we do the advertisement for the recruitment and we get 30, 40, 50 RSVPs. When it comes time for the event, nobody shows up. It happened in Houston, it happened in New Mexico, but on paper, everything is there. So when I was in New Mexico, in Albuquerque, we had 31 RSVPs, and nobody showed up. They confirmed the night before that they were going to go, but they never showed up. And I'm like, something's going on here. So then I heard this little voice that told me, you're in transition right now. You're resetting right now. And that's about the third time I've heard that little voice. Moving forward, I know I'm in transition, but I don't know to what, but I know it's something great.
Is it all right if we ask you some questions?
Sure.
The presentation that you are wanting to present, that you are good at presenting, how do you feel about it? Is this something of benefit to those who would listen to you?
Absolutely.
This is something that you know is of value for them, and you know that they're asking for it because they're RSVPing. Something is catching their eye. You're somehow touching on a desire that they hold, but then their desire isn't strong enough for them to follow through with it.
Right.
What you can do to help enhance the intensity of their desire is, as you're making your advertisement, as you're reaching for them in whatever way that you do, you remind yourself really regularly, like almost with every moment that you're reaching out, that you know for sure that you have something that is of benefit for them. And then try to find the feeling place of what it feels like when we're going to start in another place. We want to get your attention really well here. So imagine your inner being. Imagine that you are inner being like. You are. You are a teacher, so is your inner being. So imagine that, like your inner being, you are aware that these people are saying, yes, I think that I'm interested in this. That's like the rockets of desires that we've been describing. You know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So you've launched these rockets of desires. So your inner being knows what your request is. And so your inner being knows where you are in relationship to where you want to be, and knows what the path of least resistance to call you to the solution or to the resolution or to the combination of things that you want. Your inner being knows that. So you've put in your request. You've done step one. Step two has done their part, as you have. You've prepared your presentation. But then they're not following through. They're not allowing themselves to receive it. What might you do as a focuser of energy, as an uplifter? What might you do that would enhance their feeling of wanting to follow through?
Get out of the way?
Well, out of the way, yeah, because it's theirs to do. But picture yourself standing in the role of inner being, knowing something that is really good for them, and knowing that it's just a small misunderstanding that is keeping them from coming and hearing and getting some momentum going. Their desire wasn't enough momentum for there to follow through. So what you want to do is point in the direction of their desire. You want to couple their desire with your desire. You want to think about how we're all in this together. I've got something that you want. You're asking for it, or you would not have RSVP'd. Because what you're thinking about, it's easy to think about this keeps happening. We send out the whatever, they answer with the RSVP, and then they don't come. And so that's that residue that you keep holding yourself to. This is the reset that you're being reminded about. The reset is you want to focus upon the results that you're looking for, not the results that you're getting. You want to look for the solution where it is in its becoming, not where it is right now. You are stuck between two worlds with good reason, and we're going to explain this to you. Most people who have something that they want somebody else to participate in, we're not talking about all, but we're talking about most. What they know about people is that people are more likely to try to solve a problem than they are to advocate a solution. And so they sort of scare people into doing something a little bit. Well, that's not the way you operate. You're trying to call them into something that is of value, but you're not focused as much as you could be. Try it just a little bit. Envision, what would it feel like to have, let's say, 35 RSVPs? What would it feel like if 34 of them showed up? What would it feel like when you enter the room and there they are? What would that feel like?
It would feel great.
Because
I'm going to help them go to the next level that they want to go to.
That's the perfect answer, because I have something of value that I know for sure that they want, or they wouldn't have come this far with me. All I can do is present it to them in a way that I believe will be of advantage to them. And so now step into your presentation from a distance here with us. Step into your presentation and feel with us some of the specific value that you know that you have for them. Things that they don't know that they could do. Feel that. Feel it for them. Just feel it for them. You've been doing that to some degree, but what you've been doing more is noticing that they're not showing up and feeling frustrated that they're not showing up and not understanding why they're not showing up. Well, they're not showing up because they're not being called in a strong way. And that's why you're being told that you can reset. We're going to give you something else here. We encouraged Esther not long ago to begin playing the pointing game. We call it the pointing game. And what it's about accepting that you are tuned in with source energy, and accepting that you're an uplifter and that you have value, accepting that contrast is a good thing, and accepting that self-interest is a real thing, and accepting that you have something of value to offer someone, accepting that. And then pointing in the direction of how you like to help. So you say something like, more people showing up. You're just saying it not as a command to anyone, but as something that you prefer. Stay with that thought, the pointing game. Now step back with us to an earlier game that we talked about. We're helping you to build this basis of understanding here. One day, Jerry and Esther were having lunch together at the original Macaroni Grill, 5 minutes from their home. And on the table was a big piece of paper and some crayons. And Esther was overwhelmed. She had too many things to do. And so she was not relaxing into lunch, not relaxing into conversation. And Jerry said, "What's up?" And Esther said, "I just have so much to do. I just want to eat and go. I have so much to do." And Jerry said, "Well, let's talk to Abraham about it." Now, that was a common thing with Jerry. Let's talk to Abraham was his middle name. Let's talk to Abraham. Let's talk to Abraham. Even though they were in a restaurant, they were off in the corner. No one was within earshot. And so Esther said, "All right." And Jerry said to us, "Esther's in this jam. She's slammed time-wise. Do you have any suggestions?" And we said, "Draw a line across the top of the page." And so she took the crayon and drew it across. And we said, "Write what I will do today on the left side, and write what I would like the universe to do on the other side." And we said, and really mean it. We said, "Esther, you've got a list that 10 people couldn't do in 10 days. And you're dragging it around and beating yourself up for not getting done what nobody could get done in one day." We said, pick the things that you really are going to do, either that you must do or that you really want to do. Pick them and write them down. And so Esther went through it was a secretarial notebook, a shorthand notebook. It was pages, and she went through it and she picked out 5 things and wrote it on her side of the placemat. And then we said, put everything else on the other side. And she said, everything? And we said, yes. And so she laid the crayon down and got her pen out because it was a lot of writing. And she began moving things to the universe's side of the placemat. And as she did, she felt. Now, this is a thinking process. In other words, she's thinking about things and writing it down. But as it happened, she began to feel relief. Not like, I'm a lazy girl. She felt relief. It was like releasing herself from the responsibility of doing the impossible. Releasing herself from the responsibility of doing what wasn't hers to do, the impossible, really. So she wrote it all down and felt so much better. They ate their food and then they left. And that day, Esther did the things that she wrote down, but the universe accomplished several things that Esther thought were hers to do. Someone called Esther, something came in the mail, somebody told her something, and things came together, thoughts turned to things, several things culminated. And Esther thought, whoa, this is powerful. So then, as we were describing this to people who were participating in the Abraham Now broadcast, which happens a couple of times a month online, we began talking about this process. And since it's a lot of the same people that participate each time, the message kind of grows and expands. In other words, you can feel that people are remembering that and then asking this. It's a good unfolding. And so people started coming back with video presentations to us and questions in email form that sounded like they had decided to boss the universe around. I need that done, and I need that done, and I need that done, and I need that done. And so we were explaining it's not like that. It's not about demanding something. It's about acknowledging that it's on my list, but I'm not getting it done for whatever reason, but it's still on my list. And by releasing it to the universe's side of the placemat, it's like pointing. It's like stepping into the shade. You still want it, but you're not frustrated that you can't do it, and you're not mad that you don't have enough time, and you're not blaming somebody else because they're not doing enough, and you're not questioning. You're just saying to the universe, who hears you, to your inner being who knows you and understands you, and to the law of attraction, you are presenting yourself to the law of attraction in a way that what comes back to you will please you. Can you hear that? From these two analogies, you're releasing it to the universe. So we're suggesting to you that you just point softly. More people that show up. More and more people, refining our presentation, refining my energy expectation. Things are always working out for me. This is something that I really want to do. This is something that I'm really good for. This is something that will help people. People want this. And it is our promise to you that as you point like that on a regular basis, you, standing in the privacy of where you live, nowhere near the privacy of where they live, in a not private, universal, vibrational, flowing universe, you will hook them in, because they already hooked themselves in, to what you know will be of value to them, and they will feel the momentum of it, and they will show up. They'll show up.
Got it.
No longer say, Esther never again said I had too much to do. Never again did she say that and mean it in the way she felt it then. She never again felt burdened, because she understood she had universal forces that were on her side. She just had to, what you said, get out of the way of what she wanted. Really good. Have fun with this.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, we're sure of it. We're sure of it.
Thank you.
We're sure of it.